Candidates, welcome back. So nasi tichange tichitarisa on the 7 laws of indices. So chekutanga, index or power chi. This is how many times we need to multiply a number by itself, and it is in the form of a to the power of n, where a is our base number yacho yatiri multiply, and n is tikufanira kumultiply number yedu how many times. For example, kana takapiwa 2 to the power of 3, this means chati 2 times 2 times 2 towana 8. 5 to the power of 4, to multiply 5 ka 4, 5 by 5 by 5 by 5 towana 625. Kana iri in algebraic terms ukanzi x squared, that means tikuti x times x. And take note that any base raised to 1 tinowana that base. Tine 7 laws of indices, and aya anoapply kana base redu risiri 0. Tichange tichiwatarisa ese aya one by one nema-example. So we'll start with the first law, which looks at multiplication of indices. When multiplying powers of the same base, we add our indices. For example, takapiwa a to the power of m times a to the power of n. This is the same as saying a to the power of m plus n. Takapiwa a cubed times a squared. This translates to a to the power of 3 plus 2 towana a to the power of 5. For the first example, takapiwa 2 to the power of 4 times 2 cubed. Tine same base ra 2, so we say 2 to the power of 4 plus 3 towana 2 to the power of 7. For our second example of law 1, we are given an algebraic base of x to the power of 5 times x cubed. Again, tino edama indices edu towana x to the power of 8. For our last example, we have 3a squared times 4a to the power of 5. Tutanga multiply my coefficients, so 3 times 4 towana 12. Then after that we add our indices, so that becomes a to the power of 2 plus 5 towana a result of 12a to the power of 7. The second law deals with the division of indices. When dividing powers of the same base, we subtract our indices. For example, takanzi a to the power of m divided by a to the power of n. This translates to a to the power of m minus n. For a to the power of 5 over a squared, we just say a to the power of 5 minus 2 towana a cubed. Looking at example, we have 3 to the power of 7 divided by 3 to the power of 4, and the same base ra 3, so we say 3 to the power of 7 minus 4 towana 3 to the power of 3, and our answer becomes 27. On our second example, takapiwa y to the power of 9 divided by y to the power of 4, we say y to the power of 9 minus 4 towana y to the power of 5. For our last examples with coefficients, we are given 15x to the power of 8 over 3x cubed. Totanga kudivida ma coefficients edu, 3 into 15 towana 5, multiplying ani x to the power of 8 minus 3 towana x to the power of 5, so answer becomes 5x to the power of 5. The third law of power of a power. Kana tichireza a power to another power, tino multiply ma indices edu. For example, a to the power of m raised to the power of n becomes a to the power of m times n. So we're given a cubed, a squared. So takafana chukuti a cubed times a cubed. Then tobata apply law 1 yedu. So we are saying a to the power of 3 plus 3 towana a to the power of 6. So we are given a cubed raised to the power of 4. Tino multiply my indices edu, and 3 times 4 towana 12. So our answer becomes 2 to the power of 12. Let's take a look at simplifying an algebraic example. So we're given x to the power of 5 cubed. We multiply our indices towana x to the power of 15. Now ngatichereche for 2x cubed raised to the power of 4. We raise both the coefficient and the power, and it becomes 2 to the power of 4 times x to the power of 3 times 4 towana 16x to the power of 12. For the fourth law, it says any non-zero number raised to the power of 0 tinowana 1. Izvi tokwanisa kuzviprova richishandisa law 2. A cubed divided by a cubed is equals to a to the power of 3 minus 3 towana 0. But also zvakafanana nekuti a cubed over a cubed towana 1. Here are a couple of examples of law 4 in use. For law 5, we are given a to the power of negative n. This is expressed as 1 over a to the power of n. izvi zvaprovwa nelaw 2 because a squared divided by a to the power 5 zvakafanana nekuti a to the power of 2 minus 5 towana a to the power of negative 3. But also we can write our expression as a squared over a to the power 5. A squared into a squared we get 1, and a squared into a5 tunowana a cubed. Hence a to the power of negative 3 we get 1 over a cubed. Let's evaluate 2 exponent negative 3. We write this as 1 over 2 cubed to 1 over 8. Let's evaluate with the fraction base. We are given 3 over 4 to the power of negative 2. Pakadai, we flip our fraction and our power becomes positive. Then we square everything, bracket the numerator and the denominator part. 4 squared to 16, 3 squared to 19, resulting in 16 over 9. Let's evaluate algebraic expression. We give an x to the power of negative 5. Alright, this is 1 over x to the power of 5. For 4 x to the power of negative 2, our coefficient stays on top and becomes 4 over x squared.